Yo, what's good, y'all? Another episode coming to y'all, man. Yo,
with another
we
one.
here to stay. Let's get it, man. We got another special guest coming to y'all. Oh, man, yo, I don't want to get too crazy telling y'all, you know, what this young lady does, but Shavontanae is in the building, y'all.
Hey.
Let's get it. Let's go, man. We running this all the way up for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, we told y'all we gonna bring y'all excellence every time, man. Stop
Every
playing
trip.
with us.
Let's get it.
Trip,
Every
man.
trip.
This is no shorts here. No shorts will be provided. You know what I mean? I don't smoke cigarettes, but we don't do 50s
We don't smoke
over here.
cigarettes.
No.
We don't smoke cigarettes, but we don't do 50s over here. We only do
Nah, I don't
100s.
Taking no
100s.
shorts and no losses.
You know what I
right
mean?
now.
100s on
Okay?
everything. You know what I mean? So love your energy, yo. Thank you for
so
coming
much.
through, Siobhan.
Thank you for having me. I'm very, very, very excited to be here today. It's a beautiful day today.
It is.
And
It
you
is.
gentlemen are just, your hospitality is just so amazing. It's so great.
It's a whole vibe, man.
Yeah,
Try.
it's
We
a
here.
vibe, you know?
We here to stay, man. Stop playing with us.
Come on, one time.
So, yeah, let's go, man. Yo, every once in a while, hit that. You know what I
Every
mean?
once in a while.
Every once in a while,
We just hit that. You know what I'm saying?
We here. The energy is great, yo. So, Siobhan,
Yes.
welcome to Culture Content.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right, yeah, pleasant. So, tell us about yourself, what you do,
And how you get to
and
it.
how you get it.
Okay, first and foremost, my name is Shavon. Instagram Shavontanae. I am a Black entrepreneur. I'm 30 years old.
I love it.
Pleasant, young, and
Hit it for that one, just
Yes,
cause.
Yeah,
You
yes,
know what I'm saying? I
Hold
got
up.
one.
Like-
Hold on.
Hold up.
You know, Black businesses rock. Support your Black businesses.
Absolutely.
I am the owner and the CEO of A Chance to Dance Company, A Chance to Dance Wear, and also A Chance to Dream After School of the Arts Incorporated.
That's three.
That's three of them. Yeah, so
1, 2, 3.
yes, I'm very busy in this time of my life, but it's a blessing to be able to come here and to share my story and you know, to hopefully uplift other people who is
Absolutely.
walking in the same, maybe walk, not the same walk, but alongside of my walk, or you know, just trying to do their own thing and need a push or an inch to get to the next level of where they're trying to go. So I'm excited to share my story.
Yeah, we here. We happy to have you
Yes.
here to share it. You know what I mean? Like, super interested, the dancing and everything.
Yes. Been
yes.
dancing my whole life.
Right. Hey, we here to talk about it, though. You know what I mean? We definitely gonna dive in. Now that y'all know about Siobhan and that.
Are you a choreographer?
Yes, I'm actually a choreographer. I'm a dancer as well. I do a lot of genres of dance. I started out as a ballet. I started out in ballet and tap and jazz. Those were the very first three genres of dance I participated in as a child. My mom wanted to get me expanded. She wanted to expand my mind greater to rather than the original hip hop and original, you know, break dancing, what was going on. I was born in the 90s, so that was really big then, but she wanted me to be exposed to something new. So I started out at 5 years old, where I started in ballet and tap dancing, and then I slowly got into jazz.
Okay.
So after jazz, of course in the neighborhood, you know, I was dancing with my friends.
Yeah, we're
and
from Harlem, so.
Oh, y'all from Harlem, we're from Pittsburgh.
So when we do Harlem, we do the old shape. Hey.
Jazz going in the Harlem and all that, you know what I mean?
So, my cousins and I, you know, your cousins is like somewhat your first best friends, and my sister and
Of course.
being raised in like neighborhoods that we were raised in, like in Northview Heights, Spring Garden, and my sister and I soon moved to the west end of Pittsburgh. But we used to make up dance steps, like that was our release of our reality.
Right.
Dance has always been my passion since before I can ever remember. Like, I used to just dance, going from upstairs to my room, literally jump down the steps and bust the dance moves, like, cha-cha-cha. You know, I was like, stop bouncing around everywhere. everywhere. You hitting, you knocking stuff down, and but our mother always believed in our passions as little girls. So she seen that I was passionate in dance, so she always wanted to keep me active. So and that she did, and I'm totally grateful for it.
So I take it those skills.
The 3 businesses,
right? So those skills made you a better dancer and a better choreographer, and bounce you to where you at today.
Yes, those skills definitely did, and from me having instructors teach me, it gave me the power to teach others. Because I was taught. It wasn't like I just, went to a dance class here, went to a dance class there. No, I was trained for years.
Yeah.
And they gave me the power to be able to train. Because you have to learn before you can play, right?
Exactly.
So there was years and years of learning. Even when I got to high school, I was on the dance team. I went to Perry Traditional Academy, Perry, Commodores. Shout out to Perry. And in Perry, my freshman year, I made the dance team, and I instantly became the choreographer of the dance team.
Because you was just that dope, probably.
I was just, I was the youngest on the team.
She had her homework there. She had the history. I
had the history, so...
She was already prepped for that moment.
Right.
So when the opportunity presented itself, it was like, I'm here.
It was like natural to the point that they were all like, okay, this is a song that we're going to do. Everybody break up into groups and try to make up a 16 count. And every time we did that, I used to, after the groups it was time to come back to everybody that showed her 16 count, I used to bust out with a 48 count right here. Boom! In your face! We gonna use this. So the captain was like, okay, we gonna rehearse, okay? We ain't gotta, it makes sense. Make it make sense.
Right.
There was no competition. I'm saying that very respectfully.
Yeah, we still gonna out here.
Of course.
We still gonna talk.
Everybody was talented on the team, but I just always gave my all. Because that's how I was instilled to do. Throughout, from the time I was 5 years old doing ballet, my teacher, Mrs. Richardson, Mrs. Sidney, I would never forget those teachers because they instill. I didn't know at the time that they were instilling greatness within me.
Right, hard work,
and
dedication.
The times where I felt like they were on my back the most, I'm not like, why I feel like they were picking on me, but they seen the most. They knew that I was going to be able to do something. They knew I had something in me, and they were just trying to pull it out of me just so I can
elevate,
take off and go far. So I really appreciate them for that, and it's still with me to this day.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I love to hear success stories like that.
Yeah.
So you winning competitions in like a exhibition match, what I mean? Like, so when you say you went in and you came up with a 48 count and everything like that, what gets you creative to make a 48 count? You know what I mean? Like me, I can't do no counts.
Nah, yeah. I'm about a
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I do a 1, 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, 1, 2, step in, step out.
That's it.
So
but what gets you there?
So when I was younger, I had to be around 7, 8 years old. And my dad loves, still to this day, he loved music. And I think that's what instilled me loving music. So he always been the type to express himself. He didn't want to, he'll let me listen to the music he listened to, like the Tupacs and the Biggies. And he always like, classics. Classics,
Yeah.
So there was this one time he asked me, because there was a vulgar song on, and I guess it made him feel uneasy because I'm a 7-year-old girl and it's talking about doing this girls and doing that and going on the street.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And he turned on the music and looked at me and was all like, do you listen to the lyrics or do you listen to the beats of the music?
Right.
And I heard everything that they said, but I didn't want him to know that I was receiving what they were saying. So I was all like, I listened to the beats.
Right.
So from then, I didn't really realize what he was asking me. So from then, being that I said I listened to the beats, I'm all like, okay, let's see what these beats have to offer. And I used to listen to literally the drums, the hi-hat, everything that has something to do with the beat. And that when that beat hit my spirit,
it just lifted you.
It just lifts me. And it just, right arm, left arm, step, turn, like drop. Like it just, the beat literally fulfilled in my spirit. And that's how I start my choreography, and that's how I get my creativity, and that's how I, you know, it's like almost like I hear the beat, close my eyes, and I'm on that zone. I'm zoning to a whole nother
zone.
You know what I mean? So that's when I feel it, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. And when I was in high school, I was a lot more active, where I didn't have to worry about adult things like being a parent and, you know, running a business and things like that. So I was able to make up dance steps left and right. You know what I mean?
Staying active, yeah.
Staying very active. But for now, I'm doing very good, but that's what gets me the energy to create choreography. It's really the music.
Feeling, like,
it's a feeling that I get in my spirit, in my bones. Like,
you know it's legit because people always say just be you. You know what I mean? And that is the perfect instance of that. You know what I mean? She feels the rhythm. You feel the rhythm.
I feel the rhythm.
You know what I mean? And it connects with you so dope that you're able to make
magic. Art.
Art.
It's the art. It's definitely an art. Yes.
It's magic too, but
magic, art. You know what I mean? We combine the two, and you know we got Shavon. For real talk though. That's
so. I mean, so you know, you have your dance company. You have a couple different things going, and I'm quite sure it wasn't easy for you to come to the space that you're in today, right? How many times were you told no before you even started, and you know, how did you get in the space? How did everything come together? Talk to us about that.
Okay, so I did go to college, Cheney University. I graduated in 2013.
You went where?
CU, Cheney University, you know, of Pennsylvania.
I think we got
the first HBCU.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that. So, I knew I had to. I'm cracking up. Y'all so funny. But no, I knew that I had to, you know, go to college. Well, I didn't. It wasn't a forceful thing, but I just knew it was the right thing to do.
Right.
For my sister and I. My sister left a year before me, and I'm all like, hey, you ain't about to leave me in Pittsburgh by myself.
Right.
You know, my sister went off to Baltimore, and then I'm all like, well, I really don't want to follow my sister. I've been following her all this time. Let me see if I can find my own
make your own way.
You know, make my own way. So, I ended up going to Philadelphia. It wasn't too far, and then Pittsburgh Promise. You guys don't know about that because you're from Harlem. Pittsburgh Promise is a grant that my actual 2008, my graduate year started, and basically it's a grant for Pittsburgh kids to be funded in college, but at the time you had to go to a Pennsylvania college in order to be qualified for it.
Okay.
So Cheney was the first on my list. I love Cheney, but we're going to talk about that later. I knew that I wanted to dance because I was drum major my year 2008 when I graduated high school. I was drum major of the whole entire band. I started out as a dance team member. I got promoted to dance team captain, but they see more power in me, so they promoted me to drum major. I was over the whole entire band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, the adrenaline that this gave me, I need to go farther. So when I got to Cheney, I seen that their band was a little different, and I was just like, I don't know if this is really me.
You mean the second one? Go ahead.
So I actually started my own dance team in Cheney, and it was called Steel City creates Divine Dynasty. So we went with Divine Dynasty, and we basically opened up every homecoming and every May weekend for the celebrities that came to perform. For 3 years, and you know, in the major fashion shows and stuff that we used to have on campus, we used to dance. They all used to come over, and I was the captain because I put it together. And every single last member was from Pittsburgh. That was in the group that danced with us was from Pittsburgh. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, that was the start of my. I mean, I was already a leader as a drum major and as a captain, but for me to get all these girls together, and I made up mostly all the choreography for that as well. So that's when I really got to show forth my talent as a choreographer. So when I graduated, I literally got pregnant with my son, and I had to, you know, keep going. After I gave birth, I'm like, my calling is still coming. My calling is still coming. When my son was probably 3 months old, I got a call from my cousin. Her name is Shavontanae. Shout out to you, Shay. She called me like, hey, there's this neighborhood, Northview Heights, where we kind of grew up in, and it's like an underprivileged neighborhood where, you know, there's a lot of kids that don't have a lot of resources or opportunities. And she's like, let's start a dance team up here. There's all these girls up here. Come up here. I packed my 3-month son. I said, dance? Oh, all right, hold on.
Let's do it.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, I'm on my way. I don't know how much I could do. I just gave birth 3 months ago, but I'm going to still see what we could do.
Yeah,
that's passion.
We're going to make sure to shake.
Yeah, so I literally got up. I went up Northview with my 3-month-old son, and I seen that it was over 30 girls, young girls, in this gym. And I didn't know where this path was about to take me, but it literally took me on a wild ride.
Yeah.
And the moment that I walked in that gym and seen those 30 girls, they were like, all like, we can dance, what we got to do, you know? And out of those 30 girls, we probably... 20, we never even had trials. We just let everybody join. And if you can't keep up, you can drop off, you know. I don't want to be all like, you can dance, you can do it, you can stretch. Like, everybody gets the opportunity. So the strongest end up surviving, and from there, we started a dance team called Royal Divas, and we used to fundraise, and we used to do competitions, and I choreographed for the team the whole entire time.
Of course.
We were up and running for 4 years, but it got kind of hard once I didn't have the support from the parents, because they didn't have the resources, or they didn't have the money, the jobs. It was just a lot of things around that, on top of me trying to work full time, be a full-time single parent, and is trying to be a dance team. So dance team coach. So I came up with the brilliant idea of coming up with a chance to dance, where I go and teach free dances, free dance classes to the underprivileged youth, and not just in Northview Heights, but I can go around Pittsburgh.
Right. Nice.
You know, I could go around Pittsburgh, but in that moment, I wanted to reach out to schools, and I was getting told no by the Board of Education, the Board of Education, because I was supposed to have this. You had to have so many strict guidelines that they didn't really care about the resource.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wanted the dance studio so bad, just so I can, but it wasn't my time.
Yeah.
Right. Timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
Timing is everything, but it wasn't until God said it was my time. And that's when, 100%. In 2021, I sped it up a little bit. In 2021, I was able to bless myself and others. God was able to bless myself and others with the idea of a chance to dream, where I wasn't just giving people a chance to dance. I'm giving people a chance to dream.
Right, exactly. Be
whatever you want to be, you know? Because I thought a chance to dance was going to take me far, but God said that was only a piece of what.
And you worth much more.
Worth much more. So now I teach not only dance, I teach singing, acting, stuff like that. So
So special guest still here. So you was telling us earlier how you went to the second HBCU. In period.
I don't think I said that.
Hold on. Real talk. I went to Lincoln University, the first HBCU.
Really?
1A54, first HBCU for sure.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, we was the first place, granting degrees for people to go to school and whatnot. So. I understand. Like,
we're gonna let him be great right now.
I understand. I understand that
I'm just co-signing.
Cheney and Lincoln has this rivalry, but tell us about your experience at Cheney, being that you was number 2 and whatnot. Tell us about your experience at Cheney. Like, how was it?
Well, my experience at Cheney, I'm not going to say it was all good, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to financial aid in the beginning of the year. It took me for a while ride. But Cheney is my alma mater, and I will always love it and represent Cheney to the fullest throttle, because it made me into the woman I am today. And guess what? When I first got there, when I was a freshman, a couple people told me, listen, if you can make it through Cheney, you can make it through anything in life. Anything. And I will never forget that. And boy, were they right. Yeah. Because when certain situations come up and I'm like, this is a small thing to a giant. I got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was times where I thought I was about to get kicked off campus for financial ways. You know what I mean? But it's all good. God works out. God is a great God and a mighty God.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's funny, so Lincoln and Cheney is the only two HBCUs out in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
I'm from New York, and basically I went out of state, and I was basically told the same things. You know what I mean? And I had those financial troubles as well. Like, you don't get it twisted. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't coming with a lot of scholarship money, but you gotta find, make things work. So, I feel like Lincoln definitely did make me to the man I am today, and it brought my mind and thinking to different ways of thinking and doing stuff, you know what I mean? And I had some professors that, that honed in on you and told you what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
Right.
And, I think it definitely helped me to kind of live on my own, but also be self-sufficient.
Right.
Like, really be self-sufficient because you can't depend on nobody for anything.
Nobody.
And that was one of my first times away from home, and I had to grow up quick, man.
Yeah, you had to grow up quick. Because I definitely was, I'm not going to say I was spoiled. Like, I definitely had a good upbringing where I had
good support system, but still.
but I never really had to go to sleep hungry on noodles. Like, you know what I mean? That definitely taught me a lot. Like, just about survival, about just being, like, 10 toes down and being responsible. Being a responsible adult. That transition from turning from a child to an adult.
It happened quick, though.
Very quick.
Very quick.
Very quick. Because ain't nobody waking you up for that 9:30 class in the morning.
Nobody's waking up for that 8 o'clock class.
I party last night.
That's what I'm saying. You be partying all night till about 4 or 3 or whatever, and then you gotta wake up for 8, 9 o'clock class. Nobody waking you up.
And Thirsty Thursdays was the most crucial day. So it was definitely lit. But Lincoln used to want to come to Cheney all the time because we're the first HBCU. Let me tell y'all something real quick. 1837 1954 1854.
Oh, get it twisted.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's 1854, but we was the first degree granting institution. Period.
No, we granted
spicy over here.
2-year degrees, but it's still a higher education. Oh. We still funded. Well, we still was able to educate. Listen, their professors that taught in 1854 had to get their degrees from Cheney.
Ooh. Listen,
in 1837.
I didn't see that in black and white. I mean, a lot of people talk about that. I didn't see that in black and white.
Cheney got the DNA.
Cheney is the root. Okay, so this is the real reason why Cheney and Lincoln go back and forth. Cheney wasn't able to reward 4-year degrees.
So who was?
Listen, I said 4 years. I didn't say degrees at all. I just said 4-year degrees.
But that was until what, like 19 something?
No, not 19. We was a little, we was probably like 18, 60 something. But we had 2-year degrees. They were like more like a, Cheney started out as a 2-year degree program. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But back then, you were able to become a teacher or professor with 2 years of education. Okay. So, no, we didn't have, being that we were the first black higher education school in university. Well, we weren't in the university then. We were a state college.
You wasn't in the university.
We were a state college, Cheney State College.
We came in as a university. All right, cool.
We were a state college. Yeah. We were able to teach these black teachers all over the United States so they can go on and start their own schools and go on and teach, the people that were coming up to learn what they learned and learn a higher education. Yeah. So, being that Cheney didn't become a university and we weren't able to reward 4-year degrees until after 1854, which Lincoln came in. That's why it's a major battle, because they're like, you wasn't even a university. You didn't even give out 4-year colleges. You couldn't even degrees. I'm sorry. You didn't even, so we're like, hey, we were here first still. So that's the biggest argument.
So we gonna say it's a draw.
It's a draw. So what y'all think?
Tell us what y'all think.
Let me know.
Me personally, I'm always rep Lincoln to the day I die.
Let them fight for the rest of the show about this. All right.
At the end of the day,
it's all love.
It's all love. LUCU. We come together. That's it.
We come together. We here.
Love is love. Yeah, 100. So let's
Wolves and the Lincoln Lions. The Wolves and the Lions.
Yo, they'll fight it out.
Who's the top shot?
If I let them. So, yo, let's back on track, yo, real
Okay.
quick. Let's just change topics real quick. You mentioned, I'm sorry, which was the business dedicated to young girls being choreographers and giving them opportunities?
Okay, A Chance to Dance is specifically for dancers and choreographers and people who want to, rise to the top when it comes to dancing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what do you say to those young girls who aspire to be business owners, dancers, choreographers, whatever their dream is? What do you say to those young girls at that business or that school?
Okay, I will have to say, stay true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be people to your right doing things. There's going to be people to your left doing things. But what I want you to do is to stay here. I want you to stay here and stay focused on what you want to do. If you want to be a dancer in videos, you can be a dancer in videos. If you want to be a dancing coach and or cheerleading coach, you can be a cheerleading coach. You do not let anybody take you off your route of what you want to do. You set your goals, you make that plan, and you go out and you smash them and you accomplish them like the boss that you want to be. So for motivational purposes, I definitely say stay true to yourself. Whatever your spirit is leading you and telling you, don't let nobody tell you choreographers don't make money. Hey, look at Aaliyah Janelle. Look at Phil Wright. If you don't know these people, research them.
Google.
Look at Boom Cat. I can't really think of her name. She was P. Diddy's choreographer.
Oh, she was in the band and all that.
Yeah, the band. What was her name?
I said the band. She's been a lot of other things.
But yeah, she's been in the game for a very long time. But don't let nobody tell you, oh, you need to go to school to be a bio major because doctors make over $100,000 a year. And if you be a dancer, who's going to hire you? Listen, there's opportunity. You work for yourself. You see, I'm literally in a process of still building an empire, and it isn't just dance now. That dance always been my passion since a kid, but I literally took that dance and I sprung off of it. Like, what else of the arts? Now, I hired a vocalist to come and teach my kids to sing. Nice. I hired a personal trainer to come and teach my kids boxing. I hired a chef to come and teach my kids cooking. It's not just all about me. You can expand, and there's ways that you can make it to the top. You know what I mean?
Look, so you're teaching your kids,
you just got
a career.
You
know what I mean? A trade, or all of that.
Right.
And it's
and
about generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
We always bring it back to the core, y'all. Always bring it back.
Yes, so
continuing that wealth, you know what I mean, exposing them to greatness. For
right.
Like, we don't have to be workers, you know what I mean?
We don't always have to be
I don't think we
nothing wrong with the job, though.
Nothing wrong with it. But I don't think that's a lot of people's calling, and I think people dismiss it because they get caught up in a 9-to-5 life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they just is like, oh, they leave it on the waist end, and nah, go after that. You know what I mean? Look, living proof right here.
Yes, and I literally, before the pandemic hit, I was a substitute teacher for Pittsburgh Public Schools, and they literally took the time away from me where I felt like I didn't have enough time to serve my business the way I do now. And I honestly gotta say the pandemic was a blessing for me. I'm not gonna say it was a blessing for everybody because we lost people, and God bless those people who lost people. As far as shed your grace and bless them with peace and understanding who lost people during the pandemic. But it showed me a whole new way because I wasn't forced to, or I didn't have to feel like I had to get up and go to work just so I can pay my bills.
Right.
I was forced to get on my ground. What am I doing next? Which way do I want to go now with my business?
Right.
How is this going to put me on the top? You know? So with that, I literally grind focus every day. When I woke up, my business was on my forehead and right here. When I went to sleep, it was right here. When I ate dinner, it was right here. When I was cleaning, it was right here. I had to take that focus and just, you know,
go with it.
Yo, one of my models is focus up. You know,
stay alive.
All day, like, yo, get busy, man. Yo, the time is now. Stop.
The time is now.
Like,
stop waiting.
Yeah.
Cause this dream been waiting, and it's here now. And I'm not like, this is what I've been dreaming. This is what I've been wanting to do. just to give back to my community, give back to the people who look up to me, or give back to the people who don't think that there's a way, or don't think that they have resources, or don't think that they are worthy enough to make it to where they need to go. Pittsburgh is a very small city, and it's so easily to get wrapped up in city life things, and you know,
happens,
positive energy, negative energy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And it's easy to get shifted. It's easy,
very easy.
So you know, I'm just a girl from a small city who got big dreams, and nobody is going to stop me from achieving those dreams. And
not a damn person.
If you want the same thing, you got to have the same confidence and the same heart and the same openness, and willing to learn and willing to grow and willing to give back, just like how I am, to keep rising, you know.
100%. So before we wrap it up, who would you want to work with? Choreographer, dancer, whoever it is, you know what I mean? Who would that one person be for you?
The one person will be Aaliyah Janelle. I would say Aaliyah Janelle. Aaliyah Janelle is.
And she's a choreographer?
Yes, she's a choreographer out in California right now. She has a brand called Queens and Lettos. And she does heels class. She does like a sexy heels choreographer dance class. And she started out, you know, very slow, but I watched her rise. And it was very humbling for me, because in California, there's a lot of competition.
Right.
Yeah.
And just to see her consistency, just to see her, I seen where she, you know, tightened up on some flaws that she had on what she was doing. And it's just very inspiring. And now, like, people know her all over the world and does her choreography all over the world. So I would love, her energy is pure, just like how I like my energy to be, you know. So I feel like our frequencies can vibrate very high. And I feel like if we was to do choreography together, it would definitely make magic.
Tag her in there so she can see it, y'all. Tag her in it.
Tag Aaliyah Janelle. She's great. She's awesome.
Siobhan is looking for her. Put out the 411. We on you.
I'm gonna go see her when I get to Cali. I'm making it my mark to go see her. I'm making it my
Speaking into existence, she's going to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Coming.
So just look out for her. You know, don't get hit over the head. You know what I mean? Talking about, I ain't know she was here. Nah, Siobhan is coming.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Aaliyah.
100%. So, where can we find you, man? Tell the people how to get in touch with you, you know, your business studios and everything. We'll put it at the bottom for you.
Okay, my name is Shavon Thompson. My main IG is Shavontanae. My dance profile is A Chance #2 Dance Company. And my after school program is A Chance #2 Dream. Okay. And I have my dance wear right here. I want to show you guys.
That's
you know, it's the merch right here. That's AChanceToDanceCompany.com.
Can we take one of these out?
Yeah, of course. Show the people. That's the sports bra. This is active wear. It's not just dance wear. You can wear it to work out, lounge. You know, you see the tags right here. Look what it says. It says never give up.
Official.
Never give up. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, but
and this is good quality.
It's great quality.
Like,
you know what's on the tag.
I don't wear bras, but like, yo, this is
A Chance to Dance. You know, get with it.
These are the pants.
Yep, them are the pants. They're very great quality.
They got pockets. Hold up.
It's a cell phone pocket in the bra and a cell phone pocket in the
because y'all know how ladies love putting money.
Yeah, right here in the back. You can put your cell phone right here, so when you working out or when you lounging, you know.
I like this. Is very good quality.
Look, this is innovative.
And I'm also wearing A Chance to Dance. A Chance to Dance wear as well. So
this is fire.
Yeah, log on to the website if y'all want some A Chance to Dance wear.
Please go to the website.
It's
support.
Very affordable.
Tune in, support. I like this.
Thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate
for pulling up the culture content, yo. Go support. We're gonna have all the tags in the comments. You know what I mean? All those websites so you can go and support. Like, this is not a game, guys. She's executing everything. You know what I mean? And Black owned, Black excellence, man.
Yeah,
let's get it, man.
And if anybody's looking, I'm hiring, so hit me up.
Look, I'm
hiring. So if you like to teach kids, and if you are working in the arts, anything dancing, singing, cooking, anything like that, give me a holler. I would love to work with you all.
Nice.
Wonderful.
See, look, she give y'all job opportunities.
Yo, all in one, all on culture content for y'all. You know what I mean? We spread love the real way. You know what I mean? 100. So, Siobhan, once again, we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Let's get her going out right.
Hold on. Where's that?
Let's give her a freaking round of applause, man.
Hold on.
But you know, love is love, man. Thank you again for pulling up, man.
Thank y'all for having me so much. I greatly appreciate y'all.
Another one in a bag.
Culture content, man. Let's go. Culture content, Siobhan, y'all. We tuning out.
This is.